No, no, absolutely not. No, not going to do it. That is the word that you need to learn in your business. That's what we're going to talk about in today's episode.
Welcome to the Content Amplification Podcast, where you will gain insight into real-life tactical and strategic elements to help you scale and grow your business. Now, let's get started with today's episode.
So it took me a long time to really understand the power of no in my business. And this is common. In most business journeys, especially when you're starting out, you want to have a thriving, growing business. So every time a project comes your way, you're feeling obligated to always say yes. But the problem with this is that this obligation to be a yes person easily puts you on the track to overwhelm. You'll take on a lot more than you can actually do. You can overpromise, and then you're under-delivering, which is never a good thing to do. So what do I mean by saying the word no? This is protection. This is setting realistic expectations, not only for deliverables of what you can actually do, but also being able to identify what you want to do. And that is key. That is one of the biggest factors in my business. Doing marketing for over 20 years, there are certain things that are my unique ability. There are certain things that I absolutely enjoy doing. And on the flip side of that, there are also things that I absolutely hate to do. So when you're wondering about what it is that you should say no to, you need to ultimately understand what it is that you want to say yes to. Look back on the last couple of years of business. What projects, what work, what clients have you done work for that you were like, wow, this is great. I actually feel good. I want to do work for them. The second factor is, of those clients in the last couple of years, who did you feel more in tune to do more for? Where you went above and beyond the call of duty in your business. It's those type of people, it's those type of projects that you need to say yes to. So kind of create a filter. And when a project comes in or a client asks you to do something, think of, does it check these boxes? Is it something that excites me? Is it something that I look forward to doing? And if it is, then you can say yes. Don't ever feel obligated that you have to give an answer at the time in which you are asked to do it. You need to be able to think about the project. You need to be able to scope it out. Make that a general practice in your business. So when you do an initial consult with a new potential client and you get the details of the project, make it your process. Tell the client, so based on the information that you gave us, here's what we do in our company. We take it back, we do some initial research into what it's going to take, we talk it over, we scope it out, and at that point, we will get back to you with a direction, or if we feel that we aren't able to provide value to you in this direction or achieve this outcome for you, then we're either going to recommend somebody else or give you some recommendations on how to achieve that if we're not able to do it within the company. You see, what I did there was I was able to take that information and give myself a buffer to start to think about whether this checks the boxes. Now, what about those clients that you've done work for? Over time, you'll get clients that will start to get comfortable with you, and they'll start to kind of push the limits on expectations. You'll get somebody that'll call you or send you an email and say, hey, can you call me in 5 minutes? No, I can't. I'm busy. And I don't mean that in a disrespectful, negative way, but if you're running a successful business, you have work for other clients that you're doing. Don't feel obligated that you have to drop what you do. A lot of business owners check their emails at 2 different times in the day, maybe at noon and at the end of the day. They turn off the inbox, they turn off the notifications, they silence their phone so they're not distracted by those type of inquiries. Set those expectations. Tell that person, you know what, we are booking calls for 24, 48 hours down the road because we need to be able to focus on the client's work at hand in the next 12 to 24 hours. Don't feel obligated. You have to say yes. Train clients. Train them to understand and respect your time. I guarantee that if you call a lawyer's office and say, hey, I need to talk to a lawyer, I got 10 minutes now, can I speak to one? They're going to say no. That's not how they operate. You're not going to call your doctor's office and say, I'm in town, can I swing by and see my doctor? No, that's not how they operate. So why are you doing the exact same thing? Don't fall into the trap of over-delivering expectations. Don't fall victim to feeling pressured to say yes. In actual experience, when I gained the power, gained the self-approval to say no and turn down work that I did not feel excited about, that I did not feel that I could give 110% of myself to, that was the most enlightening and empowering part of being an entrepreneur in my business. I have the power to choose who I work with. I have the power to choose what I do each and every day. Now, that's not to be said that I don't occasionally overpromise, right? It's just like a diet or an exercise regime where you have the best intentions, but then in the moment, you may fall victim to it every now and then, but you need to be cognizant of it and aware that you have done that and make sure that you don't do it again. This is going to take time. This is going to take effort, but I guarantee that when you do it, this is going to change your life.
Thanks for listening to the Content Amplification Podcast. If you have questions about how you can amplify your content strategy, go to amplifymycontent.com.